What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Blind Power. So today it's kind of going to be a news update of different things that are happening in the world of technology, assistive technology, and so on and so forth. So the first thing I want to talk about is Bump Learn for Android is officially out. Finally. I haven't uploaded much because I've been doing my A+ certification and my last semester of my college computer science degree, so it's been quite a handful, and trying to get that app, the Bump Learn for Android, ready for shipment, so ready to officially release it. So it's officially out in the Play Store. You can get it now. So that was that. It's been, we've had some bumpy roads because basically I did it in a new language called Kotlin. Very techie subject, so I'm not going to go too far into it. But basically, I had to learn a lot of things to do Android. I did know basic Android, but not to the level of what I needed to know to do the app. So the app is now officially rolled out. You can go download it, link in the description. That's the first thing. The second thing is Android Q is officially out in beta for the Google devices and for, Android One devices. So like all the devices that get first time updates are starting to roll out with Android Q. It's officially in beta 1, which means that we don't know. I mean, things can change from here on into the future. But I will tell you, I've been playing with it on my phone. There is some accessibility changes. I haven't found all of them yet. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more. So very soon I will do probably on beta 2 of Android Q, or even, I don't know, we'll see. I'm probably going to do one in beta 1 and then in beta 2 and so forth. When I find changes, I'll do the video. That's kind of how it's going to work. So Android Q is officially in beta, and I want to update you guys as I find accessibility features. So far I found some accessibility features like with the volume keys, but I don't know exactly how that works. I have to play with that. And there's some slight changes in magnification. It's smoother, I will tell you that. The performance with magnifier is better, but I say it again, I still have to find out more stuff and all the specifications and accessibility. The third thing is Apple's going to have an event on the 20-something, I think it's this next week. On the 20-something, I'll pop the date in the screen, and I'll put in the link in the description for the Apple event, and that's going to be happening. So they say it's showtime, so Apple could be announcing a video service, and as you know, Apple's done very well with accessibility, so we could possibly getting a video service from Apple that has audio description, even better than Netflix's audio description, perhaps, because Apple does really well with accessibility. So that's that. And in this event, it's also rumored that we can get a new lineup of low-end iPads. So there's going to be a 2019 iPad, so just like how they had the 2017, 2018 iPad refreshes in the past 2 years, that they're like the budget line at $350 to $400. Well, this year we could be seeing a refresh to that lineup, and we can also see a refresh to the an iPad. It's not even a refresh, a new lineup. Rumor says that they could be bringing up an iPad Air 3, possibly, because the iPad Air stopped being used. The MacBook Air was something that Apple didn't touch for like 5 years, and now they touched it again. So rumor thinks, like, you know what, there's these rumors on Twitter from legitimate people who've done who've been correct in the past, saying that there's going to be an iPad possibly with the same design but with Face ID, just not the fancy display, and possibly only like the keyboard support and Apple Pencil, which that would be the best accessibility device because you don't need the ProMotion display if you really can't tell the difference. Unless you can, then go for the ProMotion. But if that's the case, you get yourself a hell of a deal for $500, probably around $550 to $600, right under the price of the iPad Pros. You can get yourself a really good deal on a mid-range iPad that has Face ID and has all the nice design from the iPad Pro, but without the ProRes display, which is what makes the iPad expensive. And as people who use VoiceOver and Zoom, once you enable Zoom, ProRes becomes really not good, because when you enable Zoom, you enable a delay for touch input. So that's something to note. So therefore, iPad without ProRes for $550, please. Awesome. I haven't upgraded to the iPad Pro because I don't want to spend all that money and have all these features I don't need. So, that's that. And the fourth thing I wanted to mention is the Worldwide Developer Conference for Apple is going to be, it's already in emails, it's already coming up. I haven't looked at the date yet, but for there we're going to get iOS 13, and I am excited for this event because we could be getting the new version of macOS, and we also are going to get something that's called, there's a Project Marzipan, which means you can get iPhone apps on Mac. This is revolutionary if you're a VoiceOver user, because Mac apps are not well optimized for VoiceOver gestures on the Mac, right? Well, if we get this Project Marzipan announced at Worldwide Developer Conference, this will mean that you will basically have all the iPhone apps and you can navigate them with iPhone screen gestures on the Mac trackpad. This makes me happy, okay? Because this means, essentially, that I can basically make an app that, an iPad app, essentially. It's not even, you can do iPhone or iPad, but I'm pretty sure a lot of apps are going to be iPad apps. I keep saying iPhone, but really, most of them are going to be in the iPad interface layout. Where basically you can have full accessibility ready apps that are already shipping for iPad and for iPhone, some of them, but it's going to be like a little small screen, ready for the Mac. So you're going to get more enhancements with VoiceOver in the next Mac update, because if Project Marzipan becomes true, which I'm pretty sure it is because it's already being used, for example, right now in Mojave in the sound recording app. It's the same app you have on the iPad. There's some apps on the Mac that are the same ones that's on the iPad using Project Marzipan, but it's not available for developers to build on yet. Yet being the key word. So that's going to be awesome. VoiceOver gestures and all that stuff with Project Marzipan, and you'll basically get a free iPad along with your Mac. Not literally, but software-wise. Like, you can use your iPad apps on your Mac. That's going to be pretty cool. And iPhone apps most likely, because iPad apps can support iPhone apps as well. And that's going to be cool. So then you're going to get iOS 13 and the new version of Mac, which, it's going to be good. The new version of Mac with Marzipan and other features, which we don't know yet. Most likely VoiceOver improvements to support Marzipan. iOS 13 is going to be good because it's going to be an update that's going to bring new features, most likely. Because, see, Apple did iOS 12 with no features, just with stability improvements and necessary updates to stuff that was buggy in iOS 11. iOS 11 basically was one of the most criticized operating systems from Apple because people didn't like it. People said iOS 11 was laggy, it had problems, there were so many issues with it, and to the point where people were like, give me an update, give me something that I need to do my daily work on my iPhone or iPad without terrible battery life, without these glitches, without these issues. And iOS 12 basically hit that bullet point that Apple was saying, yes, we need to make iOS 12 what iOS 11 should have been. So basically, now that that's there, Apple can focus on features and actual additions to the iOS operating system. One of them being dark mode. I want to see dark mode. I want to see this dark mode because, see, I've used VoiceOver screen curtain, right? With an OLED display on the iPhone 10, 10s, 10s Max. You basically, once you have a black screen, all your pixels are off, right? With VoiceOver and an iPhone 10s, 10s, 10s Max, you basically get a lot of battery life because your screen's completely shut off, right? Your display is completely shut off. So, if dark mode is a thing, then not only voiceover users can get the beauty of the OLED technology with the black pixels. Basically, once you enable dark mode, all the whites in the operating system will become black. So, like your settings menu is going to be all dark. Your mail, all these apps that you use on a daily basis that are stock native iOS apps are going to be in dark mode, and third-party apps that support dark mode can also be using dark mode, which a lot of them do, but it's not native to Apple in any way, shape, or form. They do it independently. But if it was all this thing that if you enable dark mode on your phone and all the apps that you download that support dark mode have dark mode, you save yourself a lot of battery life because of the fact that those black pixels, instead of being, those white pixels that you have right now, will become black. And black pixels means that those parts of the display are completely turned off. So therefore the display will only use energy on actual content being shown on the screen. And when you're using zoom, you basically get more graphics power going to zoom, and you get better viewability because your eyes focus on what's there and not in the black background. Kind of makes it easier to focus on things. The white background makes it hard to focus, at least in my situation. For some of you, it may be different, but dark mode is one of the biggest things I want to see in iOS 13. The next thing is most likely Siri updates because, as I said, Apple needs to, they're working on feature additions because iOS 12 was supposed to be what iOS 11 should have been. So basically, something happened where the guy from Siri stepped off and somebody new stepped in. I don't know the details, but it's down in the description. I'll put a news article for that as well. We should be seeing more Siri stuff. Why is Siri so behind? Why is Siri dumber than Google Assistant? Why is Siri dumber than Bixby, for all sake? Why? Bixby is smarter than Siri in some cases. Bixby can tell you, if you don't know what Bixby is, it's Samsung's artificial intelligence, or Samsung's version of Siri. Bixby can do some stuff that Siri can't do. So, therefore, Apple needs to do something with Siri. So I'm pretty sure Apple's cranking away at making Siri better. So we should see Siri improvements in iOS 13. That's going to be awesome if we see that. These are from my predictions, and some of them are from other people's predictions that I've seen on Twitter. So all the predictions that I'm getting from other people are going to be in the description. So just keep note on that. And that's going to be great because Siri needs a makeover completely. Siri is just so dumb right now. I mean, yeah, it does a lot of useful stuff. It does reminders, it does your clock. It does what you need on a daily basis functionality-wise. Weather, but like not cool stuff, not like, hey, not like Siri, sing happy birthday, and like Google Assistant, it'll do that. That's a neat feature, right? Oh, Siri, by the way, answer this call for me and see if it's a fraudulent caller. Like Google, like the Google do it. I don't remember the name, but it's Google Duplex. The whole thing where it automatically picks up your calls for you if you tell it to. Why? I mean, Apple can do it. Apple has the technology and the money to do this. So that could be something we can see in iOS 13. And that's one thing. Now, the next thing in iOS 13 is hopefully voiceover voices. We need refined voiceover voices. So what if we grab the current voice and you polish it up even more? There's still things that could be polished up, some pronunciation problems, some things that we can, fix. That would be great. And also, in the Books app, there is a glitch with PDFs where when using two-finger scroll to go down, or when you're doing two-finger scroll to go up to read the whole page, you scroll up with two fingers in the Books app, and it finds a heading that is in a PDF, it crashes the app. I've been having this problem and it's fairly annoying, and it tends to happen when I have the screen curtain on. because I read my textbooks on the way on my commute every morning to school. I turn the screen curtain on to save battery because I'm using VoiceOver. Why would I want my display there, you know, shining light, wasting battery if I'm using VoiceOver? So I turn on the screen curtain and boom, crashes right when it gets to a heading. Turn the screen curtain off, sometimes crashes, sometimes doesn't. So that would be great if Apple would fix that. Now, I don't know, what else do you guys want to see in iOS 13 or macOS, whatever this next version is going to be called, and all these new OS updates from Apple? What do you want to see? Are you excited for Project Marzipan? Let me know in the comments below. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next video. And don't forget, if you have an Android phone, to download Bump Bump Braille Learn. And even if you have an iOS device, download Bump Bump Braille Learn as well. Everything will be in the description. Currently, Bump Bump Braille for iOS will be updated very soon, containing numbers, because I know that right now Android has it and iOS doesn't, so I have to match up iOS. I just haven't done it because I haven't gotten to it, but I will. Hopefully by the time this video launches. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Comment, rate, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I appreciate your support. We're almost at 400 subscribers. That is incredible, and I want to do something special when we reach that mile mark. We'll see what we'll do, but definitely something special coming up. Alright, see you in the next video. Goodbye. Hit the subscribe button, and remember to enable the notification bell to get all notifications of blind power uploads. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.